Hey, you guys ready? Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to Williamson County regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Commissioners. It's Tuesday, March 12th at 10:03 a.m. Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Present.
Jim Barlow.
Present.
Jim Razor.
Present.
At this point, I'd like to ask everybody to rise. So, we need prayer first. Jim, do you want to read?
Sure. Do that. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Countless blessings you provide us each and every day. We humbly ask for your guidance and intervention in a world of growing hatred and discord. We see pain and suffering caused by division, prejudice, and violence. We ask you to heal the wounds, afflict our communities and nations. Grant us the wisdom and courage to work towards reconciliation, understanding, and peace. We may build a world where all are treated with dignity and respect. Lift up a prayer for those who serve in the front lines of adversity, our first responders, our armed forces, risk their lives to protect us, scattered all over the world. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
At this point, at this point, I'm going to make a slight change from the agenda, and we're going to have Alex, you can come out. Okay.
Ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Alex, go ahead.
On March 11th, 1974, a second lieutenant in the Japanese Imperial Army officially surrendered in the Philippines, 29 years after World War II ended for the rest of the world. This is also the first day that Brenda Hale started working for Williamson County. 50 years ago, Brenda started. It would be cliche to say that the times were different, but the truth in the assessor, that is the truth in the assessor's office. The proliferation of computers, the change from personal property to real estate taxes, several bosses have come and gone, and a whole new building. It is all a testament to Brenda's hard work and dedication to Williamson County. According to a 2022 study by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, just 25 workers, the average tenure for their employer was 4.9 years. Just 9.8% of Brenda's time here at Williamson County. It is important that we celebrate this important milestone, but words cannot describe or appreciate it.
Thank you. But it's been a pleasure for you. Well, hopefully I'll go on for a while longer. I don't know. They have to carry me out of here. God, why didn't you do that? That's a surprise.
Congratulations. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I don't see you in a while. There you go. Back to work. Yeah, back to work.
It's a secret. Put it now. By the reason I did so.
You're all the same.
Oh, I did see you.
You're kidding me.
Okay, before we move on with the agenda, we have one other item of business we have to take care of now. It's a proclamation for Ed Smith and his contributions to our community. Is there a motion to accept this What would you like, Jim, would you like to read this proclamation first? Yeah, yes, if you would, please.
January the 3rd, 2024, those who aren't aware, Ed Smith passed away. So I'd like to read the following proclamation from the Williamson County Board of Commissioners. Whereas Ed Smith was born to Connell F. Smith and Mary Jewel Smith in Cairo on September the 9th, 1954. He received his Associate of Arts from Shawnee College in 1974. He earned his bachelor's degree from the National Labor College, and he later graduated from the Harvard University Trade Union program. And whereas Ed Smith was a champion of the American labor movement from his earliest days at the Laborers International Union of North America, LIUNA, through his tenure as chairman and CEO of Ulico Incorporated, a labor-owned financial services firm, leaving every place he worked better than he found it. Whereas Ed Smith joined LIUNA at the age of 13 in 1968, working as a laborer before being elected as a business manager of Labor's Local Union 773 at age 21 in 1976. Focusing his efforts on using innovative strategies to protect labor rights, he led 40 organizing drives with groups across Southern Illinois during the 1970s and 1980s, which boosted Local 773's membership from 300 to 4,000. He was named business manager of Southern Illinois Laborers District Council in 1985, later becoming chairman of the Central Laborers Pension Fund. He was appointed regional manager of the Midwest region in 1994, serving over 58,000 members. He was elected as vice president and regional manager of LIUNA, and he also served as assistant to the general president during his tenure. He helped forge the National Alliance for Fair Contracting, pioneered regional tri-funds program for contractor cooperation and worker protection, and greatly expanded LIUNA's political influence throughout the Midwest region, lobbying at state houses and urging members to run for local offices. Whereas Ed Smith joined Ulico in 2007, assembling an experienced management team and working hard to redouble the company's commitment to the labor movement while serving as executive vice president from January 2007 until May 2008. He then served as president from May 2008 until he was named CEO of Ulico in January of 2011. Under his leadership, Ulico enhanced its insurance program for union leaders and benefit plan trustees, grew its union-supporting commercial real estate financing fund, and generously gave back to the community, donating millions of dollars each year to philanthropic causes. Internally, he was insistent that the company take care of its employees, building a culture that put people first through his bold leadership and visionary business mind. He was integral in moving Ulico forward. And whereas Ed Smith was a key benefactor to the Therapy Center in Carterville, the Shawnee College Foundation in Uline, and Connell F. Smith Homer Brown Scholarship Fund in Marion. And whereas Ed Smith never knew a stranger, making friends wherever he went, and always treating others with dignity. He was known for his generous spirit, moral conviction, fierce loyalty, and infectious optimism. And whereas Ed Smith was the husband of Betty, his closest advisor, the father of Jordan and Matt, a grandfather and a friend. And whereas Ed Smith will be remembered for the profound impact that he made on the labor movement in Williamson County and its employees and those around him, therefore be it resolved by the Williamson County Board that we extend our sincere condolences to his family, friends, and all those who knew and loved him, and be it further resolved that a suitable copy of this resolution be presented to the family of Ed Smith as an expression of our deepest sympathy, dated this 12th day of March, 2024, by the Williamson County Board of Commissioners. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to read this proclamation.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
Jim Ricer.
And with that, I'd like to ask Jerry, Womack, Jack, any family members, if they would, please come forward. I can present this to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take it away.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if Matt was able to attend.
That's
by Zoom.
Springfield, so we just got off a call and you know, he's pretty busy right now, but definitely the whole Smith family appreciates that as much as we do. So
Okay,
thank you
good.
all
I was
very
gonna
much.
say, I was gonna turn it over to you guys to say anything.
Just appreciate that. It means so much to us. And I know, you know, Betty wishes she could be here today. It's very
More than welcome. Thank you.
All right. Now we'll move into our agenda. Gentlemen, you had opportunity to look at the minutes and reports.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Ricer.
Yeah.
Travis, you have some highway stuff here.
Okay. Not sure, okay, on the agenda, the first one is jurisdictional transfers, maintenance of the roadway. So just to give you guys a little breakdown of this, just on the east side of Heron, your Chittyville, there's a little piece of old 13, or old Heron Road that was vacated, that was abandoned by HIDOT, it's still theirs. They've tried to get Williams County to take this for many years, and we never have, but had an opportunity. We need some wetland credits. Our grant after construction at Skyline and Crenshaw, and wetland credits are very difficult to come by, they're very expensive. So, I was able to cut a deal with IDOT to take that little piece of roadway. And we're actually, to the last few days, been paving it East Grand, just a very small piece of that reserve. We agreed to go ahead and pave that in exchange for a little over 2.5 acres of wetland. So I think financially it was more worth it for us. So that's the first one.
Motion to approve resolution.
I don't have a resolution on this.
Move to approve resolution 24-03-12-59.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yes.
Jim Ricer.
Okay, let's see, which one?
Number 6.
Is that the 75,000? Yeah, 75,000, okay. So, here about 6 months ago, I applied for an SS4A grant through FHWA. And we were fortunate enough to receive that. It's like a $175,000 grant. And what we're using that for is to do a comprehensive countywide safety study. And it's not only going to be for roads, but we're going to be sending out invitations here to other towns and other officials to be part of this overall safety summit we're calling. And what that's going to do is over the next year, we're going to get all the trash data and all of these. And we're going to establish this comprehensive countywide safety study. And then that in itself is not that big a deal, but what that does, it allows Williams County Highway Department, possibly the sheriff's office, possibly other small communities that are outside of the greater Simcoe area to apply for grants, safety grants. And anytime you apply for a safety grant, if you've got a study complete that says it's needed, you're much more likely to get it. So it's $75,000. However, Williamson County's part of this is only $35,000. The reason I made it 75 is because there's a time lag in getting reimbursed from FHWA. So at some point in time, I may have 75,000 out and until we get it back in. So I made it a little bit higher. So that's what this is.
Can you tell me a little, what's involved with the safety study?
Well, we're gonna start here, I wish I had the dates in front of me. I think it's April the 11th. We're gonna start with the safety summit. And we're gonna invite probably 25 or 30 people on the list. From like Creel and Pittsburgh, we're inviting the Williams County Fire Department, Fire Chief, Sheriff's Office, and various other entities. And basically, we're gonna brainstorm and we're gonna show them all this accident data that we got from IDOT on a map and ask for suggestions on how to improve things and how to identify different locations. Then we will break out in different groups, like Williams County Highway Department group and people with highway type association will have a group. You'll have first responders type group, other governmental entities type group, and they will brainstorm within their groups to come up with ideas on what they need. And then myself and the consultant will summarize a complete report and we'll publish it and put it out on our website. It says, here's the things that around the county have been condemned. That, and what that does too, in my opinion, every year this SS4A becomes available, you can apply for special federal funds. Okay, so like today, we get STR and STU funds through the federal government annual. There's also HSIP, safety federal. This is another pot of federal money that now we can make application to try to get additional programs. So it's going to have some, and then in addition to those other meetings, we are going to have a public meeting also. These will be held at the Williams County Veterans Airport in Nuremberg. I talked to them this week, she was at a conference room for healthy. And so we'll be putting out some media releases telling everybody what it is.
Travis, let me ask you a question. I got to the website, I know it's very comprehensive. So, do they list traffic crashes on this one?
And that is information that we request. Like a lot of times, we get somebody will question something, I'll ask for the safety. You know, I have to answer. And we did ask for a comprehensive release of that, so we've got a big map. Somewhat hesitant to just totally let that out to the public. I'm not sure the reason.
Well, I know it's very comprehensive. So,
It is, and it's difficult to use. And if you
tell you
don't,
traffic count.
if you don't understand what you're looking at and go through and look at the accident reports, when I get those accident data, they send me the state police and the county sheriff's office. So not only do I look at the crashes, I look at the types of crashes. And the animal, fixed object off the edge of the road, because there's a lot of information that there may be a DUI, maybe you can stop an accident if somebody's drunk. So those are the kind of things you look at when you get that accident. I think that's the reason they're hesitant, because people get the other reports and go through, and that's a privacy issue, getting those reports.
Any further questions on this resolution?
Make a motion that we approve resolution number 24-03-12-60.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
Jim Laser.
Yeah.
Okay, your last resolution, this is a new one, we've never had to do it before. CMS trying to streamline things, come up with new formulas and that. So anyway, always before we get a request from CMS to tell them what kind of salt quantities we order this next year. I tell them, and then they send out a contract, I sign it. Evidently, I don't have authority to sign the contract. Now they want to approve my ability to sign the contract. So just so you know, I think next year, I haven't come up with a total number yet, but 350, 400 ton salt is what my planned order is. This year was around $100 a ton, so you're talking about 35. But this just gives me the authority to enter into the contract with CMS to order the salt.
Any questions?
Make a motion that we approve resolution number 24-03-12-61.
Second.
Please?
Tim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Ricer.
Jay.
Moving on down into old business, on the excess liability, I reached out to a person, Maxine Martini, and at this point, I haven't got the yet, it's either you, that's us, okay? Once again, as soon as I have that, I'll let you guys know. Hope Trust Board member, once again, I'm gonna put that from the State's Attorney's Office, I reached out to you. And when I have some information, I'm going to bring it back. Amendment to the raffle and poker license. And Brett sent this over this morning, and I hadn't had the opportunity to take a look at this. And I think that there were a few things that we need to look at specifically. Is one was, is there going to be a fee change on any of this? And Rick, could you give us a breakdown on
Sure. So
those things?
currently, the poker run application fee is $25. It's for each poker run that's conducted by the entity. It was discussed by the board of issuing that license for an annual license as opposed to having the entity come back multiple times, as well as adding in the Queen of Hearts into that same category. Conversations with various commissioners, I believe due to the fact that the county's not trying to make money on this, it's a lessening of paperwork that will have to be done. It would be my recommendation that we maintain the $25 fee for both the poker run and the Queen of Hearts, and that we run the time frame for the calendar year. So we go from January to December. I'll make those tweaks to this draft of an ordinance, but this generally has everything that you guys want it to have in there. There'll just be a few small tweaks and we can approve it today. If you guys are good with paying the $25 fee for the poker and Queen of Hearts.
That would be my suggestion, that we maintain that same fee. Okay. Is there anything else that you needed from us?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Moving on down to new business, we've had the Lynn Smith proclamation, the employee plaque presentation. Quote from Mayor Network. James, would you mind giving us some information on this? Tell us about this.
This is about what we talked about last time with Facebook, on the Facebook page. You guys asked for something to basically approve. So that's what you have. The branding says 2 to 3 hours, more than $90 an hour to clean the Facebook page, to build the Facebook page, just to clean it. The problem that we are going to run into, unfortunately, Facebook apparently has stopped allowing people to update a website to automatically post on Facebook. So if we claim it, we're not going to be able to post anything unless you guys assign somebody to post it. But at least we're going to be able to claim it and actually have the official page. So we thought, and Brandon was saying, we can just put up some pictures, put up a banner, call it a day and just leave it alone, or at least we've claimed it to where if somebody says they're in Williamson County, at least it's still resolving the problem that we were seeing from the last time we talked. But we won't be able to update it from the website. So apparently you can go from Facebook to the website, but not the website to Facebook. So if you guys didn't want to do anything with it, it would just have all the details of Williamson County on it, and that's it. It would just sit there, not doing anything.
So we can set it up and then never touch it again.
Yeah, never touch it.
And that solves the problem.
It solves the other problem that we have.
And I assume we could post a redirect statement on a redirect link to the website where we do keep everything updated.
Yes. I mean, it would still have, the entity's website, phone number, all that kind of fun stuff on it, because we have to claim it, right? But there just won't be any posts unless at some point in the future, you guys ask somebody to start posting. Until then, it just sits there. But at least we've claimed it, moved it, and any other problem thing goes in.
Okay, so 270 is the cost of it.
Yeah. They said 2-3 hours, it's not. So,
Motion to approve that. Second. Vote on, please.
Which one motion? Did you
Just
motion?
to accept the estimate from.
I mean-
You made it. Okay.
Right.
Tim Atkinson,
Okay.
Jim Marlowe,
Yay.
Jim Richardson.
Yay.
so a couple other small quick
Yeah.
things if I can get through them real fast. Next thing, we are now ready if you guys would like to add a second fiber line for redundancy for the county. We have one Clearwave line right now. My suggestion would be to bring in a Futiva line, just an inexpensive $150 a month line. We can have a seamless failover to another fiber line in case we lose Clearwave for some reason. You notice we've gone down, we just slide right over and we'd be running. So, basically, just kind of wanted your approval to go ahead and look at costs. Maybe in the next meeting, I'll come forward, here's what all the actual costs are, here's their, maybe I'll bring a Futiva person. Let you guys decide if you want to sign off on it. Just
And no cost yet, just.
no cost, yeah, I'm just gonna find out what their packages are, what their pricing are, get a copy of their contract so you guys can see it, give you the information to actually vote on it if you want to do it.
Right. But if you would, James, once you're ready to do that, and that will give us some time if somebody needs to call you and ask you questions about this.
Yeah.
Before we come.
Sure. One other thing with the lease issue with printers.
Okay. Printer copy.
Printer copiers. What I'd like to do perhaps in the next board meeting is bring in Bruce from Mother Copier, have him talk to you guys, because he does the printer leasing and the maintenance, and he can even bring in all the toner and stuff like that. We're not really set up to do it, even if we wanted to, we just haven't time to get to that aspect of business. So I'd like to just bring him for the next time that you guys talk and that you guys can work out between you guys. A lot of our clients use Modern Copier out of Murfreesboro. We like them because they don't interfere with our stuff. They bring the device, they set it down, they let us program it, and that's that. So for us, it works out easily. If you're just looking to accept bids or whatever from printers, it would just be a suggestion for somebody to try out. So,
Yeah, that's good.
last but not least, the next thing I'm going to start to send you guys some information on that I think we need to probably talk about maybe next quarter is the eventuality of getting away from running email in-house. Our Microsoft Exchange server is Microsoft Exchange 2016. It's going end of life by October of 2025. So we have time, but it's going to take a while to get you guys actually moved and planned and approved and yada, yada, yada down the line. So Microsoft has not released a new version of Exchange yet. Since there are other departments and other entities for Williamson County that are already in 365, I think we just need to bite the bullet. And plus, I think it would frankly be more redundant for our email rather than having a single server on Exchange. There's no real cons here. Just something I wanted to kind of warn you about that I think we need to start talking about to make that change. Any questions on that?
Cost difference.
Our costs for managing the Exchange server will actually go away because we won't have that server anymore. But there will be added costs from Microsoft for the licensing for all of it. So I would ultimately say more than likely we might end up spending a little more going to 365. And then of course it also depends on how far we go. Do we want to do just email only, or do we want to go into full Microsoft 365, which includes things like Teams, SharePoint, Microsoft Office for everybody's computer, keeping them all up at the most updated version all the time. There's some benefits, but it costs more. So I think those are discussions that we just need to have so you can understand the benefits of each type of software in there. Probably the next meeting we talk about is here are the two differences. Here's everything we get for this price to this price.
That would be helpful.
Just wanted to say we need to start going down there.
Is that it? Okay, I mean,
Yes, sir. I'm good. I'm done.
All right, James, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
We have a fire board, Williamson County Fire District new appointment today. We got a letter from Jeremy Norris asking that we keep Dave Anderson. I believe he's currently on, he wants to be reappointed to that board. His term expires April 30th, 2024, so next month. And his term will run through April 30th, 2027. Any questions, comments about this?
He's always been a good addition to the
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion that we approve resolution number 24-12-64.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Tim Atkinson,
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe,
Yeah.
Jim Racer.
Yeah, thank you, Davis, doing it. And it's always difficult to find people to serve in these types of things. Very nice. Okay, now we come to the point of public comment.
I have one.
Okay,
Good morning, my name is Mark Aaron. I'm part of 773, and I'm on the Williamson County Soil and Water Conservation Board. As a board member, we don't receive any compensation, but we are passionate about clean air, water, and food. Many years ago, the board chose to support us, the county board. The funding we received was cut during COVID. We're asking for that funding to be reinstated. I've asked Diane Wallace to come and tell you a few things that we do as a board.
Hi, my name's Diane Wallace. I'm a resident of Carterville, and I was a Soil and Water Conservation District employee here in Williamson County from 1988 to 91, and then I moved over to USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service. The Soil and Water Conservation Districts are charged with the responsibility to care for the county's land, water, air, plant, and animal resources through responsible land use. SWCDs are subdivisions of the State of Illinois Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Soil and Water Conservation. They're non-taxing, non-regulatory, volunteer-led local government entities. The Williamson County Soil and Water Conservation District was chartered in 1946. The district's budget is partially funded through an annual grant from the Illinois Department of Agriculture. All other funding sources are made up through grants, county funding, sales for conservation services such as tree seedlings and fish for stocking ponds and other sources available. Williamson County's SWCD operates through a memorandum of understanding with the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service to carry out these responsibilities. Two of the biggest impacts the county will see from what the Williamson County Soil and Water Conservation District has accomplished are the PL 566 Upper Crab Orchard Creek Watershed Project and the Digital Soil Survey. The PL 566 Watershed Project originally proposed at $4 million, but with a final price tag of $12 million, which prevents flooding from the business district in the area of Court Street and West Main Street and downstream. If any of you lived locally prior to the mid-1990s, you may remember when it was common for Wald's Pizza to record 24 inches of water flooding their business after large rainfall events. In fact, if customers and employees inside didn't get to their cars within a certain amount of time when a large rainfall event began, they would become stranded inside the restaurant and would require rescue or evacuation. Residents in the Gents Addition also became stranded in their homes during the same events and required the same rescue or evacuation. Channel work on West End Creek, Crab Orchard Creek, and the floodway were constructed beginning in 1992. The city of Marion began buying out properties which were positioned in floodplain areas. Numerous bridges were rebuilt, creeks rechanneled, and large channels were formed out of existing creek beds to hold and move water from the city. In May and June of 1997, the Court and Main Street intersection was closed for 3 to 4 weeks, while work on West End Creek, which passes under the intersection, was beefed up and rebuilt. The total project was finally completed in June of 1998. This project made a major impact in this area, and it is now thriving. It is the Williamson County Soil and Water Conservation District who partnered with the City of Marion, the Williamson County Government, Illinois Departments of Agriculture and Transportation, and USDA Soil Conservation Service, now renamed to Natural Resources Conservation Service, to implement this flood control project. It was also the Williamson County SWCD who, because of their local associations with farmers, were able to identify the farmers along Crab Orchard Creek and interview them for crop damages. A report of these damages was submitted to the Soil Conservation Service, and these damages were needed to justify the cost to benefit ratio to fund the project. The other large impact the SWCD has made in Williamson County is the Digital Soil Survey, which the county uses for taxing agricultural land based on the productivity index of soil. The original soil survey, published in 1959 by the University of Illinois, was the second oldest soil survey in Illinois. Because of its age, I-57 and New Route 13 weren't mapped. The acreage of strip mine land had grown from 5,000 acres to 19,500 acres, and it was inaccurate and of little use. In 1999, the Williamson County Soil and Water Conservation District approached the county board and local partners for a soil survey update. These local partners, along with the Illinois Department of Agriculture and USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service, entered into agreement to update the Williamson County survey in October of 2000. In 2009, the county soil survey was published. Because of this update, the taxing of ag lands is accurate and fair, and soils information is available to the public through web soil survey. Information such as soil suitabilities and limitations for building development, construction materials, land management and classifications, sanitary facilities, water and waste management are available. Updates are periodically required due to development and land use changes, and those are completed through the SWCD and USDA NRCS. Soil survey information is mostly utilized by farmers, engineers, developers, foresters, land appraisers, woodland owners, fertilizer farm equipment and farm supply manufacturers, zoning and planning commissions, county tax assessors, highway departments, railroads, and credit agencies. These projects were successful because of the unique relationship the Williamson County Soil and Water Conservation District has with both private landowners, government agencies, and partners. Bringing these people together for projects like these have a lasting impact on constituents. As I mentioned earlier, soil and water conservation districts are only partially funded by the Illinois Department of Agriculture, which is why we are here today asking for county support to keep these vital services available to the public. Thank you for your time.
Well, you remember how much that we used to give to, is that 10,000?
I think so.
I think
You think it was, Mark?
I think so.
I mean, we can go look it up if you'd like it.
I'm sure we have.
After.
Records. I just, it was 10.
Diane was doing the paperwork, but she was also the one that was down in the ditch. There were pictures of her with muddy boots on, and so she's that kind of a girl.
Well, thank you. Is there any other public comment? Hearing none, moving down to miscellaneous. You guys have anything for miscellaneous?
I do have, there were 3 ARPA claims in the treasurer, I believe, is today.
Yeah, he's at Clark today.
Heron House of Hope, once again for food, for their pantry, $2,390.56. Highway 37 North Water District, this is to remove and replace 422 water meters and assigned to Farley Engineering. There's a note on here that says remaining funds paid out. So I assume this is in the end, but probably in fairly soon. $51,162. And from Caring Counseling Ministries, it's like 184 total sessions in this period, $6,440.
Anything else in miscellaneous? Does anybody have any other business for this board? Hearing none. Going once,
Adjourn.
going twice.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Jim Atkinson.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Jim Ricer.
Yay.
Thank you all for coming today. Would you guys like to take a picture before we go? Excellent, yeah. Mark, we will